And welcome back to another video, guys, and thank you for coming and hanging out with me today. We're going to do a special suit. It's going to be another one for BigBud Press. This one is very unique. We're going to try to stylize this whole suit into some British styling, and some panels are here blank for me, so let's go ahead and get started. And if you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Ernie, and I customize just about anything from promotional products to one-off gifts like the one we're going to be doing today. We're going to go ahead and start off by applying the garment onto something solid so we have some sort of background to work from. We also want to protect what's already there. There's been a lot of panels here that have been like previously embroidered. Everything's like one of a kind, so we want to protect what's already been created and only work in the areas that are pretty much left for us to paint. So these particular panels are kind of these pants are halfway sewn together. The only thing that's left open is kind of like the side of the leg. So I had to get some clips and try to clip it as close to the edge as possible. They are using some of that edge to like sew it in, but I want the paint to reach as far as possible on that edge. I'm using transfer tape as kind of like a cover and try to mask that top area. This way no paint whatsoever gets up there. Alright, everything's set up and we're ready to paint. And that's kind of like the hardest part, is try to figure out how you're going to lay down the garment onto a board or something flat so you can actually paint on it. So that's kind of a challenge. When I have just simple panels like this, I usually spray down the backing and then apply the panel onto the hard wood, and I'm able to paint that way. Sometimes it's a weird garment and I have to figure out how to get it kind of flat. So that's kind of one of the challenges on some of these projects. The first thing I do before creating my stencil is measure out the panel, see how big that is. I'll take that measurement into Illustrator, create a canvas, enlarge my picture accordingly, and making sure it's even, and then I'll go ahead and cut it out, print it out, tile it, glue it together, tape it together, and then cut it out. And that's how I create my stencils. There's a lot of hard edges on this graphic, which makes it a little easier for me to kind of get the shapes out of the stencil. So I went ahead and cut out big blocks of the stencil, and I'm rebuilding it onto the garment itself. And I'm going to start with the black, kind of cover some of that and start getting more of the detail in there. And then I'll just go ahead and take everything off and paint the inside or fill it in. The base is done. Let's fill it with color. I'm blocking out the areas that have the most color and kind of working my way around that. So I'll do the red and then I'll do the skin color later. I will go ahead and finish this character, cover him, and then work on the background. So a little bit about this uniform. These uniforms date back centuries and have been worn in public, like public duties and state ceremonies, and the guards are fully operational soldiers. They're not just there for looks and pictures, so be careful, don't get all crazy with them. I've seen videos where they actually do their job and the other person's at fault. I normally don't like the background to be super crisp with detail, because obviously you want that to be the background and not something for people to focus on. So I tend to be very I tend to try to do it as blurry as possible, but still have that ambience or knowing what it is. So I'll add, like, glasses and making sure that there's skin color, and when I put colors down, I try to make it as balanced as possible. throughout the entire background, not just heavy on one location unless I need to. But yeah, I try to do that. This way the picture of the main character really stands out. At this point I already know what to expect for the rest of the panel, so I'm just gonna break through and just continue on painting. So it's kind of cool when you have something that's similar on most of the panels, or if you're doing multiple shirts of the same thing. The first one always is the main thing where you problem solve. You try to realize how to make things quicker and this and that. So after you know some of that information, the rest of the panels become fairly easy. Obviously the shape is a little different, but the process is exactly the same. So we're just gonna go through it and do the same process. Try to do block out, and then apply color on top of that. As I remove this stencil, we can see that there's not that much detail in the graphic itself. It's really just blocking at this point. Just try to get the major points. You can tell there's a lot of detail that's missing there, but this initial stenciling kind of helps me center the character, helps me get the right proportions, and then everything else after that I can kind of do it by freehand and fill it in. So I kind of like doing that style because it speeds up my process really quickly. So cool little fact, the large hat, the black hat that the guards are wearing, they call them bearskin caps. So very tall ceremonial full headdressing, and that came from war back in the days. The British foot guards adopted this kind of bearskin hat after defeating Napoleon's Imperial Guard at the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. The modern British soldier wears this hat. It's about 18 inches, weighs about 1.5 pounds, and it's made from this Canadian black bear. Usually they dye the fur, and they like it because it's very dense. One of these caps, very mainly well maintained, could last about 80 years. So that's pretty impressive. That's almost 100 years, or one lifespan. This is one of my favorite parts, is removing the stenciling and seeing the entire picture. That, and then applying the white highlights at the end, is probably my second favorite. And here's a shot you don't see every day. So this is looking from the kitchen inside the studio, and this is what essentially my wife looks at every time she looks back. I'm painting, I'm doing something, and yeah, so this is a different angle, so you can see all my mess in the background, all my colors, and have that trash can there, and that's where I dump the majority of my leftover paint. Alright, the pants are done. Let's go ahead and work on the back of the jacket, or the vest. So right now I'm gonna work on the background itself. This will give me a kind of like a stencil or outline for me to determine where the buildings are, which I've already pre-cut this vinyl into. And essentially what I did is I just took the picture into Illustrator, resized it accordingly, traced out the shape of the building, and essentially just cut out two different vinyl stencils, leftover stencil that I have. So that's why I have to kind of cover this bottom right hand corner. And here comes another fun part, removing the stencil, trying to get that outline in there to give us a good shape of where the actual buildings are going to go. And we're going to try to put or paint the buildings by hand or using some stenciling. There's a lot of straight lines, so I'll probably be using some sort of tool to get those lines in there. Buildings are not my favorite thing to paint. You know, they're very, you really have to get the angles right, otherwise it looks kind of funny. You know, you have to kind of do it straight. and there's a lot of tedious work, especially if the building has a lot of texture or details. So it's not really fun, but I love the challenge of it, to see how much I can get away with. And by that I mean like how much less work can I do but still make the building look like a building. So that's kind of like the fun challenge of it. And of course, once you finish it, it looks really nice. But is it my favorite thing to paint? No, not really. It's too much detail, you know. And it's kind of, I don't want to say boring, but you really have to be looking at your reference picture back and forth a lot. It's a lot of work. So, and of course, you have to try to make these as believable as possible as well. You know, you're trying to freestyle all this stuff, and you want to make them look like buildings, or make them as sharp as possible. This way they can definitely see them. I think this is coming out really good. Once you start putting in more of the shadows and the highlights and color and stuff like that, it really brings the painting to life, or kind of like the buildings or the scenery, for that matter. So yeah, let's just keep painting. Apply a little bit of white here so we can finish the back and work on the front. Thanks for sticking around, guys. We're almost to the end. Let me know what you guys think of this project in the comments below. The last thing we're gonna do is work on the front, and we have an Ireland legend, Bono, on the right hand side, and a British singer legend as well. It's Paul McCartney on the left hand side, and that's gonna put everything together and make this a one-off, beautiful piece of art. So let's continue on. Same process, we're gonna block out as much as we can, fill in details with black, come back, do color fill in, and then shadows, highlights, and at the end try to do the background if we can. If not, in or during the same process. The only challenge here is that we have to make sure that we don't overspray as much on the embroidery that's on that panel. So I have to kind of be careful when I go and paint the background there. So guys, I'm thinking about creating my own line of clothing, maybe more of a customized shirts, just with like random art that I want to put on there, not specifically anything custom per se, but more of my styling or any design that I want on there. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys are wanting to for me to, you know, create some stuff like that for you guys to collect. That'd be kind of cool. For now, we're gonna finish off this vest, and we're applying this kind of like solar universe type of background where you have multiple colors and you have kind of like stars flaring and stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna try to do, and make them make the characters pop against the background as well. I always retrace my black no matter what. I want to make sure that the black is the black that it could be, and so I know there's a lot of overspray from the other colors, so I'm going to come back and repaint my black. And it also helps the longevity of the garment itself. This way it stays painted for longer periods of time. So yeah, let's keep adding detail, and let's see what we have. Alright, we're here at the end, and I love exposing what we've done so far and seeing the whole thing come together. There's not too much red on the actual painting itself on the bottom, so having the paint, having the red paint on the top just makes it pop really nice. And then having all those additional embroideries on there is just something totally unique. So yeah, that's looking pretty cool. Guys, we're here at the last stretch. I think everything's completed. It looks nice. All I gotta do is just press the item. This way all the acrylic melts onto it. But I want to add something special. It looks like it needs to be sparkly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my wife's things, and I think she has some like little crystals that she uses for makeup and things like that. So I'm gonna use some E6000. This way it stays there permanently glued, and so we're gonna add little diamonds all the way around in the stars. This way when they wear it and the light hits it, it really is gonna look incredible. So let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully my wife doesn't say anything when she sees this video. And here it is, guys, the final results. Let me know what you guys think of this project. I think it came out pretty cool. It's one of a kind, very unique, very special, very colorful, has a lot of styling as far as like, you know, the patches and embroidery and the different panels and the way it's cut. Everything's custom made. So I really appreciate being part of this. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. For now, I'm gonna leave you until I see you on the next video. So take it easy for now. Enjoy your holidays coming up, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy for now. Bye bye.